Hello class. In today's video, we will be continuing our learning on how to identify plants by their parts and characteristics. More specifically, we will be focusing on the characteristics of leaves and how they can be valuable for us when we're trying to identify a plant. Our agenda for today includes the different forms of leaf arrangements, the various types of leaves, and common leaf shapes. Let's go ahead and get started with today's agenda. When identifying a leaf, it is crucial to pay attention to the arrangement or pattern that the leaf has. In horticulture and plant identification, there are three main types of arrangements. The first type of arrangement that you can see in the picture is alternate, where each leaf or leaflet will alternate with each other, making gaps between each leaf or leaflet. The next type, which is also shown in the image, is opposite, in which the leaves are directly opposite of each other, sharing the same location on the stem. The final type, which is also shown in the image, is whorled, where the leaves are all wrapped around the stem, creating a funnel type shape. To help you visualize, I have included a short YouTube video of a whorled leaf arrangement. We will watch that now.
And another one of the common forms that you're going to see leaves growing in is what's known as a whorl, where the leaves are growing in a circular pattern around the main stem, like you see in Joe Pyeweed. Now there are several plants that have this whorled growth pattern to the leaves. However, those are kind of rare, and like I said, you're like Indian cucumber and Joe Pyeweeds and things of that sort, ironweeds and such, do have a whorled leaf growth pattern to them, but most plants do not grow this way.
After you have identified your leaf arrangement, you will need to determine the type of leaf that it is. There are two main types of leaves, simple or compound. To help you visualize these types, I have included an image that breaks down each type and provides more examples. As you can see, there are different shapes with each type of leaf. It is important to note these shapes and to realize that compound leaves are composed of many smaller leaves called leaflets. Simple leaves only have one main leaf, but can have different shapes to their leaf margins. We will talk more about leaf shape on the next page. The final step in leaf identification is looking at the overall leaf shape. As discussed on the previous page, leaf shapes can differ in a lot of ways depending on the leaf's outside margins, tips, or leaf base. There are several different shapes for leaves, but they can be broken down into the shapes based on if the leaf is a simple or compound structure. Take a few moments to review the image I have included in this page to see all the various leaf shapes. We will now watch a short clip that discusses one of the most common leaf shapes found in plants and how to identify it.
First leaf shape that we're going to talk about is ovate. You can see this ovate shaped leaf here, and this is very, very common amongst a lot of edible and medicinal plants. This is very common amongst plants in general. Now there are a lot of different shapes that can go along with a plant having oval or ovate shaped leaves. This is all off of the same plant, and you can see how this leaf here is a little more narrow, it's a little more elongate or elliptical. And that's something else I wanted to mention, is that ovate can blend the lines between lance-shaped and elliptical. And here you can see this leaf here, which this leaf is more elliptical in shape. And this is all off of the same plant.
In today's video, we were able to learn more about specific characteristics of leaves to help us identify a plant. These characteristics included the arrangement of leaves, the types of leaves we might see, and the various different leaf shapes. This concludes today's video lecture. Please check Google Classroom for further instructions on what you will need to do next. Thank you and have a great day.